Tuesday of Passion Week was a busy day for Jesus. He returned to the temple where he had disrupted business the day before. Of course he was going to be challenged. The powers that be peppered him with questions meant to entrap him. They wanted to seize him right then and there and go ahead and put him to death. But they were afraid of the crowds because the people loved Jesus. I mean, what's there not to love? He had healed them of their diseases. He had fed them. He had raised some of their dead. He told them the way of life. He neutralized the power of corrupt religious establishment. In the evening, Tuesday evening, on his way back to Bethany, where they had been spending the night, he told his disciples about dark days ahead. In what has become known as the Olivet Discourse, he spoke of the destruction of Jerusalem, the tribulation, and the good news, his second coming. Naturally, the disciples wanted to know, well, when is this going to happen? Jesus didn't give them a specific date, but he did tell them to look at the signs. In Luke 21:28, he says, "But when you see these things begin to take place, straighten up and lift up your heads, because your redemption is drawing near." And so we wonder, are we in those last days now? I really don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not a prophet. Here's what I do know. If you are over 60, like me, then you are in your last days. Most of your life is behind you now. And by the way, even if you're young, your life may be cut short at any time. Nothing is guaranteed to you. The day is approaching when either you will die and appear before him, or he will return and appear before you. And the whole point of the Olivet Discourse is to tell us to be ready. Be ready for whenever that day comes. If you haven't received Jesus as your Savior and Lord, and if you haven't, thank you for your time and thank you for continuing to watch with us. But now is the time for you to be reconciled to God. You can't guarantee that you can wait until tomorrow.